In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how to start selling on Amazon as a complete beginner. So I'm going to be explaining how to sell on Amazon with your own branded products. So don't worry if you don't have a brand. I'm going to show you how to make it in this video. To start with, there's two processes you really need to understand. The first is Amazon FBA. This stands for Fulfillment by Amazon, and it's a service Amazon offer to sellers that use the Amazon platform. It's where they store, pick, pack, and post the products to the customers, meaning that you don't need to send the product yourself, hire staff, or have warehouse space. When using the FBA service, there's two main fees that you're going to pay. The first is a selling fee, which is sort of like a commission, usually 15%, but it does vary depending on the product price and the category. The second is the FBA fee. This is the cost of their fulfillment, which is usually based on the size and weight of your product. There are other fees which may include storage fees, which are charged per cubic foot of warehouse space your product takes up, and other fees like advertising, should you use advertising, and of course a monthly subscription fee to Amazon. The second term you need to understand is private labeling or white labeling. This is where you take a product that is unbranded and affix your own logo to it. For example, you can buy water bottles in bulk and have your logo added to the product. This product is now private labeled. Okay, so now you know the two main elements. Let's go through the step-by-step process. Step 1. Create a company and a name. To start a business, you must first have a business. Now, you can do this yourself by visiting your government website, alternatively using a company formation service that will help you through the entire process. You may not have a brand name yet, and that's fine. Your brand name can be different to your company name. For example, your company name could be A1 Products Limited, and your brand name could be something completely different. Step 2 is getting a bank account. You'll then need to get a bank account to store all your money. Now, this can take a few days to a few weeks depending on who you go with. I'd recommend online banks like Starling, where you can get set up in a matter of minutes, rather than someone like HSBC, which usually take significantly longer. Step 3, start researching products. On Amazon, there's millions of products and it's hard to know what to sell. My approach is to find products that already have good demand, then identify a need in the market that isn't being met. The best way to do this is by becoming a customer and testing the products yourself, and continue to think of ways to stand out through the product offering and the brand. Check out the video in the top right hand corner if you want to know more about how to do product research. Step 4, source your products. Now, you've identified a few ideas and you need to see how much they're going to cost to see how much profit is available. You do this by reaching out to suppliers on websites like Alibaba.com. You can get samples to test and then negotiate on the price, then organize the shipping method ready for your order to be placed. Step 5, create your Amazon seller account. Now, this can be done sooner and you may want to validate that you can actually sell your product. However, this is the absolute latest time that you can do it. You can do this by going to Google and typing in create Amazon seller account and then just follow the instructions. You'll also need to buy yourself a barcode relative to the country that you'll be selling in. For example, if you're in the UK, you'll need an EAN barcode, but in the USA, it's called a UPC barcode. Step 6 is create a new product and start filling out the details. You may not have any of the images yet, so just upload one placeholder for now, but make sure you upload at least one image of the product at this stage. You'll need to do keyword research, which is where you research what customers are searching for on Amazon to find products like yours. It's also about finding out what the other sellers are ranking for on Amazon, simply meaning what keywords are customers searching to find their products. From here, you can start to create your SEO or search engine optimization for your listing. And this is vital so that Amazon can display your product to customers that search for that product. Step 7 is barcodes. Amazon products have special barcodes named FN SKUs. This is Amazon's internal barcode system and most products will be required to have one. Download your product barcodes from Amazon and save ready for adding to your product packaging. Step 8 is create and finish your packaging and branding. Any good product needs a good brand. So before you order, you'll need to have your logo designed, packaging designed, and your Amazon images designed. I recommend to have 3D renders made of your product where possible instead of using photography. All the big brands use CGI and you should too. You can use Upwork.com to find designers that will do just this. Step 9. Once you're ready to go, create a shipping plan on Amazon. This just tells Amazon how many products and boxes you're going to send in. They give you the shipping labels, which you then send to your supplier to affix to the cartons ready for shipping. Step 10, pay your deposit to the supplier. Usually you'll pay 30% deposit so they can start manufacturing of your order. Make sure that you have a contract for the supplier. This stipulates the standards and what is accepted and what is not. For example, long manufacturing delays can result in a discount. I always pay using a direct bank transfer to save on fees, but always make sure you're paying into the supplier's bank account that's linked with their Alibaba account to prevent fraud. I use TransferWise or xe.com to make these payments. Step 11, mark the items as shipped on Seller Central so that Amazon know that they're going to expect delivery. Step 12, complete your listing images ready for your launch. You may need to do some photo shoots, so be sure to get all these completed well before your products arrive at Amazon. Step 13, set up for your launch. This is all about building an audience of people either to buy or to promote your product. I'd recommend reaching out to micro-influencers with between 5 and 15,000 followers and offer them a product in exchange for exposure. As they're small influencers, you're not going to need to pay them. Try and get as many people as possible and explain to them that you'll get them to buy the product on Amazon once they have arrived and you'll reimburse them likewise. Once your products have arrived, stagger the influencers' purchases and ask them to post on specific days, again, so you can stagger your launch. From this, you'll not only get exposure, but also the influencers may want to leave a review on your listing as well as their social media. This will help you to get your first 10 to 20 reviews. Step 14. Once your products arrive at Amazon, you need to prime your listing using influencers. This is to get your first initial sales and reviews. A product with no reviews will not sell well, so this is going to be the focus for the first couple of weeks. At this point, you can also choose an official launch date where you're going to launch the product with the remainder of your influencers or any other promotions that you've lined up. Step 15, start your advertising to gather data. Advertising, or PPC, stands for pay per click, needs data and it takes time, so as soon as you have a few reviews, you can start your advertising campaigns. Be aware that this will primarily be for gathering data and most likely won't be profitable at this stage. Step 16. After a couple of weeks, start to kick in with your advertising campaigns properly. Once you have the data, you can start to optimize, which in essence is lowering or stopping the amount you're spending on some keywords that are losing you money and putting more money into those that are making you money. Step 17, continue to focus on exposure and reviews. Your launch isn't just a couple of weeks. While you're growing at the start, really lean in and put as much time and effort into exposure as possible. Step 18, optimize your images. Once you have sales coming in, you may want to edit your first image to try and increase something called your CTR, or your click-through rate. This is a number that tells you how many people see your listing versus how many click it. You want this number to be as big as possible. If you change your first image and then you monitor your CTR, you'll see if it increases or decreases over the space of a couple of weeks. If it increases, you keep the picture, and if it decreases, you go back to the one you had before. Step 19, monitor your unit session percentage, or your USP. This is a data point that tells you what percentage of people visit your listing actually buy. Of course, the bigger the better. Increase this number by having better, more targeted advertising, more reviews, an optimized price, and great pictures. The higher this is, the more efficient your business will run. Just be sure not to make too many changes too often, because you may not know what made the big difference. Step 19, be sure to keep an eye on customer messages to ensure that you're helping those that have questions. Step 20, work out your lead time so you know when you're going to need to order more stock. For example, if you're selling 10 units a day and your products take 45 days from ordering to delivery, then you're going to need 450 units at least in stock so you don't run out. At the start, this is generally very hard and you'll most likely go out of stock. However, over time, this will get better and better until you can forecast properly and not go out of stock. So that's our time up. For more videos and in-depth tutorials about how to sell on Amazon, just subscribe and turn on notifications. If you're new to the channel, check out my past uploads, as most of these topics have been covered in great detail. That's it for today, and remember, you're just one product away. Bye-bye.